What's up, Mythic Crew? Welcome back to another video. Have you ever wanted to buy a clapped out car on Marketplace? Or have you ever looked at one and thought, could I fix that? Well, in this series, we are going to take clapped out cars on Marketplace and rebuild them like I usually do. I'm gonna show you all how I do it. This is our first one. It is an E46 BMW. It was a drift car. It has an angle kit. It's pretty beat up, but we are gonna show it some love. So there are all kinds of beat up cars on Marketplace where you can get a really good deal. I'm gonna show you how we end up fixing them and making a little bit of money if we go to flip it and having a whole bunch of fun along the way. This one has a lot of aftermarket parts to start, but it also has a lot of issues, like the clutch is starting to slip and the power steering doesn't work, along with the AC doesn't work, and most of all, it really needs a lot of cosmetic love. It's got dents, dings, bumpers zip tied on, headlight tabs are broken. So let's get to fixing this BMW. So we ended up buying this drift car for $3,000, and I think one of the first things that I want to do to the car is get the power steering working. I think it's really bad on the pump if we let it run while the car has no fluid in it, and it's actually pretty hard to turn with these really cambered wheels. So I have the lower power steering line that actually got a brake in it, and we're going to change that, and while we're at it, underneath it there, we're going to do an oil change. Alright, BMW is on the jack stands. We have our 18,000 lumen light on, and now for the most convenient part about this BMW, this grill's missing and the hood latch is broken, so you can just go whoop. Hood's open. Kind of ridiculous, but we'll get to fixing that. Power steering line first. So the other issue that we have here is not only did this line rub and break through, but if I rub my finger on here and see the fluid that's coming out, it's clear. Now on this specific BMW of this year, it uses Dex 3 automatic transmission fluid for the power steering. So he said that he was having an issue where the power steering boiled over. It's probably because he just used general parts store power steering fluid, and now I have the right fluid, so we're going to need to get all of this out for that to function correctly. Alright, so first we're going to go for this nut. It is an 18. So we got this line out, and this nut was about to be rounded off. Now we're going to take the breaker bar and go for this one right here, the 19, and then we'll actually have this line off and we can put the new one on. It looks like the system is already fully drained because when we took this out, no fluid came out. So that's actually good for us because we're going to be able to change the fluid to what we need to. We're going to take our Duralast part from AutoZone, which we paid $71 for. All right, so very important, we've got this out. We're gonna take this O-ring and we have to put it over this surface right here. So new copper washers for our bolt here. You're going to do one onto the bolt. So the bolt goes through here, and then one on the bottom to go onto the mating surface for the rack. So really that wasn't too bad, changing out this power steering line. The one thing that I did notice, down here at the back of the rack where the line is supposed to hang up, there's supposed to be a bracket with this bolt. Tomorrow I am going to go to the store and we're gonna make a bracket, fill it up with fluid, and give it a go. All right, now that we've got that power steering line installed, we're gonna crack the nut on the oil pan down here and get the oil draining so that we can change that out, because I have no idea when the last time that he did it was, so it could be pretty nasty. Let's take a look. I know you guys aren't here right now, so you can't smell this, but this oil smells very used. I'm glad that I'm changing it right now. It looks really dark black. So as I'm sure many of you are aware, the BMW oil filter is within this housing right here, and it's actually a cartridge filter. Put it right into this box. Now that we've got the new oil filter, we've got the O-ring, and we've got the copper washer, everything's tight and installed, we are going to put in some new oil. We are going to be using this Valvoline Restore and Protect today. So Valvoline's always been one of my favorite brands. This is not a sponsored video, but I do use Valvoline in just about every car that I've ever owned. I've heard great things about their new Restore and Protect, and that it can remove up to 100% of deposits, which is actually pretty crazy. So we are going to use it in our old BMW here. This had an engine swap with a motor that has 69,000 miles on it, which is pretty low, but that's you know, why we want to protect our engine and make sure it's good. So let's put in some of this Valvoline, and then we're going to put in the automatic transmission fluid for the power steering, and we're going to see if that power steering pump or if the rack is still working. Alright, well, here goes nothing. I'm about to start up the car. It's pretty late, so I can't run it very long, but I do want to see if the rack and the pump are working. We're going to see, you know, if I have that power steering. So let's give it a go. Alright, so we've seen that the rack and the pump are functioning. Neither of them are making any noises. We'll find out how good it's working once it's on the ground, but I think that that's for tomorrow, because I'm pretty sure my neighbors don't want to hear this loud-ass BMW at 1 in the morning anymore. So let's, you know, go to bed, and we'll check back in the morning. So now one of the main issues with our E46 is that we have these racing door cards right here, so we actually can't lock the door. I have the manual button on the inside works, but something about turning the key in the door is broken. We could take them off, but I do know that the electronic door locks do work. So first, I don't want to replace this this diamond key, because this one's like $220. There is a cheaper solution temporarily, which is I got this key off of Amazon. Now I can't get this cut for the car. It's $15, but it doesn't have the immobilizer chip that this one has. What we can do with this is set it up so that the electronic door locks work, and we can have both keys on here. One for unlocking the car and one for starting it. So you turn ignition on, you turn ignition off, you press and hold. Okay, so you heard the door locks activate. What I did was turn the ignition on, I turned it off, you hold the unlock button on the new key, and then you press the lock button 3 times while you keep holding the unlock button, and you will hear the doors actuate. Now, the door locks actuate off of our new key here. You can do multiple keys in a row, but that is how we set up a new key. So we're able to use our key with the immobilizer chip to start the car, and now we'll add this key to the ring, and we'll have one to lock them. All right, now we've got a new front bumper for the E46 BMW, or new to us at least. So I'm gonna sand it, and then I've got some rattle can paint. I tried to get it as close as I could to the exterior color, and we are going to spray this bumper in and throw it on the car. All Alright, so now that we have the bumper painted and it is on the car, it is a massive improvement. The BMW is looking much better. We gotta get that front grille piece, and we're gonna get some new headlights because the tabs are all broken on these ones. But I think that that is pretty solid for this weekend. Getting the power steering right, doing an oil change, and painting the front bumper. The car is coming together pretty well. We got the AC working, so we've done a lot of things in a short amount of time. We're gonna keep getting to it. I think next weekend we're going to drop the transmission and do the clutch, and then we might do some of the poly mounts for the subframes and the motor mounts, things like that. Stay tuned, like, subscribe. This is Seth, this is Mythic, and I'm out.